What's going on, guys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of Look Good, Smell Good Fragrance Reviews. Today, I have another new to release Joop flanker. It feels like it was just yesterday, a couple of months ago, I reviewed the Joop Homme Eau de Parfum, which is this one over here. So do check out my review on the original Joop Eau de Parfum, which is the flanker to the original OG bad boy, none other than released in 1989, Joop Homme Original. However, recently we had released this new fragrance, which is not that widely hyped on about right now, but I seen it online blogs and I seen it in one of the shops. So as soon as I seen it, I picked up. I was like, hey, didn't even know Joop Homme had a newer flanker out called Le Parfum. So here it is right over here. Joop Homme Le Parfum. Bottle design is the same, box design is the same. However, out of all the bottles in the Joop flanker line, I like this one the most. It's just got that dark purple gradient. If I can clean off the fingerprints, it's got that dark purple, the color of the juice. It's just amazing with the gold outline. This one, in my opinion, and it's got the gold top cap to it. So this one over here looks the most pleasing in my eyes. What I originally thought when I took this out the box, Joop Homme Le Parfum, seeing the color of the juice and that dark purple, that plum colorway that it had, I originally thought it's going to be the original Joop Homme on steroids. That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. Looking at the color of the juice, that's what I thought. But I was wrong. So let's give this a quick spray over here. I've got one of my test strips over here. Let's give it a quick spray. And as soon as you spray this, guys, it's just a sweet bomb. It is really, really sweet. This is sickeningly sweet. And then I went online to check some fragrance notes and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Fragrantica had posted something online and they mentioned a couple of notes. And as soon as they mentioned it, I was like, you know what? That's exactly what it is. So some of the notes that I mentioned on Fragrantica are going to be lavender in the opening, iris in the middle, and tonka bean, vanilla, and praline in the base. Now, obviously, there's more notes to it than that. But for nonetheless, I was really hoping to get either a good iris scent from this or to get the original DNA. Unfortunately, I got neither. To my nose over here, and it's just a sweet bomb. One thing I'll point out straight away, I've got a white test strip of Penhaligons over here, and as soon as I sprayed it, the test strip turned purple, so I don't know if it's going to pick it up or not. But if you're wearing a white shirt, don't spray this up too close because it might stain your shirt. So if you're wearing a white shirt, don't spray it too close. It might just stain your shirt because I sprayed on the test strip and the test strip turned purple. Anyway, as soon as you spray it, you get a little bit of lavender and iris, but they're really faint. The whole fragrance is just dominated by praline, vanilla, and tonka bean. It's a sweet bomb. As soon as you spray this fragrance, those fragrance reviewers out there, fragrance collectors out there, as soon as you spray it, you're going to be like, I've smelled this before. And that's what I got. As soon as I smelled that sweetness, is that Paco Rabanne 1 million Halloween Man when they came out with the original fragrance. And a lot of people said that was a clone of 1 million. So that sweetness that you get from the Paco Rabanne lines, that sweet 1 million, that's the type of sweetness that comes from it. And on the note breakdown, it mentioned the opening had lavender, middle had iris, and in the base you had praline, vanilla, and tonka bean. And when I seen iris and when I smelled a little bit of iris, I got happy. It is there. However, the whole fragrance from the start to the finish is just dominated by that praline, vanilla, and tonka bean, and that's what dominates the fragrance. It's a sweet bomb. Within 30 minutes of wearing it, you do start to get very subtle, faint hints of iris, and I just would have loved that even though it's different and doesn't smell the same, at least have the iris come through a lot more, but it never. It's very soft, it's very faint, it's very subtle. And it is there, it is in the sillage of the fragrance. When you have the scent bubble, you do pick up little whiffs of it as you're walking around, but it's just very faint and it just leaves a whole sillage of sweetness around you. So some of you might not like that, others of you might like it. Being honest, after reviewing this one right over here, the Joop Eau de Parfum, if you want something that smells closer to the original, but a little bit of a change, a nice flanker, this is a very good flanker to the original. Smells a lot more nuttier, a lot more sweeter, with a little bit hint of chocolate, I would say, with the original DNA. So if you want something that's the original DNA, but something different, go for the Joop Homme Eau de Parfum. It's a good fragrance, decent performance, and smells good. If you thought Le Parfum would be a stronger version of the original, no, it's not. They've went down a completely different route. And I, for one, after reviewing all the Joop lines and going through them, I would have to say Joop Homme does have a lot of flankers to it. And for them to go down a different route for the Le Parfum, you know what? I'm not that mad at the end of the day. I still think it's a pretty good fragrance, pretty decent fragrance. However, it's a very sweet fragrance, and it's going to be one of Joop's budget lines out there. It's best for a night out. You're going for a date, you're going for a night out, you're looking for an inexpensive Joop fragrance that's different. Check out Joop Homme Le Parfum. However, when I seen it at retail price, it was £61, so that's too much. It will go down shortly. Joop fragrance always do that. They come out, they're pretty expensive, and then they fall down in price. So when you see it at discounters, please pick it up then. Do not buy it for £61. Is it worth £61? No, this fragrance is not worth £61. So if you find it for about £30, £25 or $30, go ahead and pick it up. It's a nice fragrance. It's a nice take on a sweet fragrance. I just wish that the iris was a lot more prominent than it was. Very sweet, sickeningly sweet, a sweet bomb. Is it going to get you some compliments? Yes, it will pull some compliments. Again, on a night out, on a date, it's going to do the job. Let's quickly finish things off with the performance on Joop Homme Le Parfum. Now, when you initially spray it in the first 5 minutes, the sweetness that comes from this fragrance, I would have originally thought it was going to be a beast mode fragrance. However, it's a moderate to good performer. Not that bad. I sprayed myself 6 to 8 times while wearing this, went out while wearing this, and it left a good Saint Siage bubble around me for about an hour to hour and a half. When it hit the 2-hour mark, it started to slowly fade in. It started to slowly fade into the bag. It becomes a nice intimate scent. Some people are still able to pick it up, those around you, but nonetheless, I would say overall performance, it went on for about 6 to 7 hours, but the main projection you're going to get, the main attraction you're going to get is from the first 1 hour to 1.5. Then it starts to quiet down a little bit. It still does the trick. Smells really nice. Iris, hints of iris with a lot of sweetness behind it. So if you're interested in those type of sweet fragrances, then do check this out from the house of Joop, Le Parfum. However, I will mention again, if you're a Joop fanboy or a fangirl and you were thinking that Le Parfum is going to smell anything like the previous lines, no, it doesn't. It takes a completely different route. And for myself personally, they've got a lot of frankers already out there that smell like Joop. So you know what? Not a bad idea to go down a different route. I just would have wished the iris, again, would have been a lot more stronger, and it would have made the fragrance a lot better for me. But scents are subjective. I like it. It's not my favorite Joop of all, but nonetheless, it's a good fragrance. Nice release from the house of Joop. If you're interested and you want to try a sample, do hit me up on www.scentseduction.co.uk. This fragrance will be there, available soon. So yeah, thanks for checking out my review, ladies and gents. Hit that subscribe button, push the like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you and take care.